We're at the most crucial moment of the match. Crucial for both the teams as it is 4 runs from 2 balls. For the Indians, it's either a 6 or a 4 to lift the trophy, or 2 dot balls for the Sri Lankan team to be the 2011 ICC World Cup champions. So far, that has been a fantastic partnership from MS Rahul and Yuvraj Singh with 48 runs and 41 balls. It is Byalinga who's bowling and has 2 balls left. Oh, that was a fantastic delivery from Byalinga, putting the Indians in pressure. It was a perfect outswing and the Indian crowd are in terror. There goes the last ball of the MS Rahul. It is finishes off in style. Magnificent strike in the crowd. India lifts the World Cup after 28 years. The party started in the dressing room and it's an Indian captain. It is undoubtedly a very memorable night for the Indians, and the ICC Cricket World Cup 2011 comes to an end. Today we had a wonderful match and the Sri Lankans had lost it tonight, yet it was a fantastic innings put by them, and may I now invite the runner-up captain Mr. Kumar Bharadwajkara. You guys played it very nicely today and it was a fantastic match from both the teams, Indians and Sri Lankans. Can you please share us a few words about the match tonight and what were your key points to note for the loss?
It's really hard to describe what we're feeling right now. Credit to our team, the Indians really put on a show for us. Rahul and everyone there really pushed us hard. But the reason we came so far in the first place is because of our teamwork and team combined effort. So yes, we definitely lost. There's multiple reasons. Inconsistencies, mistakes, but it's part of the game, and ultimately it came down to the wire. I'm proud of my team.
Well said words from the captain. So we also learned that you are very well versed in cricket history. And can you share us a few words about how has cricket impacted Sri Lanka through the generations?
Oh, Sri Lanka. Sri Lankan cricket has been there for basically forever. Initially it was introduced to Sri Lanka. Back then it was known as Ceylon. During British period. The British introduced it to us. The 1800s were when we started playing cricket, but the first recorded match was around November 1872. And the first recording or mention of cricket at all was June 1832, around June-September in the Colombian Journal. It called for the creation of the Cricket Club of Colombia, and upon its creation, we started having matches onwards of November 1832.
Also, what were the factors that made the Sri Lankan team a formidable team this season? And who are your key players? And how has the team evolved through the season? So can you please share a few words on that?
Yeah, sure. Key things were we perfected the art of partnerships. We really made sure that we put in the runs and we made it count. In terms of bowling, we have a classic, Malinga. He's really important to us and probably our point.
The Yorker King, as they say?
Yeah, he's our king. So it's more so a balancing. We have both a formidable offense and a good run creation system. So we don't really have a weakness. The only thing that could beat us is a team that has an even better one. And unfortunately, we met our match today.
Thank you for your wise words and your time, Mr. Bharadwajkara. I wish you a successful season next year and hope we meet soon. If it is the man of the hour, MS Rahul, that was simply magnificent, and India lifts the cup after 28 years. We shall now invite MS Rahul, skipper and the Indian team captain. Could you please share us a few words about the final moments of immense pressure?
It was an exceedingly anxiety but including adrenaline-filled experience. But I can't describe my emotions right now since we have won the World Cup after 28 years. It was last done in 1983 and done under my captaincy. So yeah, the feelings are undescribable.
That was one of the fantastic finishes I've ever seen in my entire life, I have to agree. And How did you prepare your team for this war zone like experience?
Incredibly difficult putting up this team since we had to dismiss a few veterans and then bring in youngsters, which was a risk, but was worth it since we have won the World Cup. We received massive backlash for this since we had dismissed the veterans, but now it's good. Training was rigorously hard, but we kept to it and won the World Cup.
I can tell this for sure that you will be the hero of the country this season and made a big impact on India, and this is a very big victory. What are your words about that? As in, how your country people see you?
It's true, we are more than athletes or entertainers. We have genuine cultural significance. Cricket is, has, and always will be more than just another sport in India. Not only it is a source of entertainment, it is a way to bring all sports and peoples from different backgrounds and different cultures. Yes. Cricket is a point where it is often being a religion of India with a massive following, idols, heroes, and legends over the many years.
Thank you, MS, for your valuable words. And I'm sure that India would be celebrating this wonderful victory tonight. And thank you, MS.
Good evening. This is Dugout. That was an incredible match and an incredible experience. And now let us no doubt meet our ecstatic Indians and downcast Sri Lankans. Good evening. How does it feel to be part of the champions of the world?
You really don't know how much joy I am radiating right now. It was a great pleasure for us Indians to watch this amazing match. Over the years, many people have watched, wished, cried, prayed, and also have stuck posters about it. And for me, it's really a dream come true to come to Wankhede Stadium and see our very own countrymen lift the trophy. And of course, no doubt for me, the energy of the crowd, the unconditional love of the people towards the players, and obviously the Sri Lankan comrades. You had a bad luck today, but you guys have to accept it as our Indians did an amazing job.
Thank you for such an exemplary response. Now, my Sri Lankan brother, it is truly a day of sorrow. Your thoughts?
Well, it is what it is, and I'll only accept the fact that the Sri Lankans deserve the trophy this year due to their immense work and the amount of dedication they've put in throughout the past decade or so. And of course, we lost, our brothers lost, and our team lost. It's fine. And the Indians edged us out. And I also think that the match had many loopholes and there were many unjust calls. But again, it is what it is at the end. And definitely it was a match for the ages, phenomenal. And of course, we Sri Lankans would not take this loss to our hearts, and we'll drive forward, and next season we'll definitely come back. That's for sure. And yeah, we'll see you next year. And so thank you for letting me giving this elaborate response.
Thank you for such an elaborate response. And thank you for attending Dugout.
Wow, what a match that was! Just phenomenal.
I know, right? I couldn't agree less.
Yeah, but harlot for the Sri Lankans, man. And cheers to India for winning the World Cup after 28 years.
We all heard the captain's speeches, but what impressed me most was the impact that cricket had generated throughout the generations.
I know, right? I can't believe that cricket has had a huge impact in these countries.
Exactly. Also, do you guys know the history of cricket?
No?
No.
No.
Well then, let me tell you about it. Here is a consensus of expert opinion that cricket may have been invented during the Saxon or Norman times by children living in the Weald, an area of dense woodlands and clearings in the southeast England. The first reference to cricket being played as an adult sport was in 1611, and in the same year, a dictionary defined cricket as a boys' sport.
No, that's not true. times have changed now. For example, we have an international women's team and we've had a good amount of glory from it.
Definitely, yes, the girls are doing an amazing job in the field. Okay, guys, let's get back to the history of cricket. There is also the thought that cricket might have been derived from the bowls by the intervention of batsmen trying to stop the ball from reaching its target by hitting it away.
I would like to add on to this. The village cricket had developed by the middle of the 17th century, and the first English county teams were formed in the second half of the century. As local experts from village cricket was employed as the earliest professionals. The first known game in which the teams used county names was about in the 1709.
Oh, yeah, I remember now too. In the first half of the 18th century, I guess, the cricket established itself as a leading sport in London and the southeastern countries in the England. Its spread was limited by the constraints of travel, but it was slowly gaining popularity in parts of England. And as Bia spoke about the women's cricket team, it actually dated back to 1745 when the first known match was played in Surrey.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
Uh, Well, also in 1744, the first laws of cricket were written and subsequently amended in 1774 when innovations such as LBW, a third stump, the middle stump, and a maximum bat width were added. The codes were drawn up by the Star and Garter Club, whose members ultimately founded the famous Marylebone Cricket Club at Lords in 1787. MCC immediately became the custodian of the laws and has made revisions ever since then to the
In
country.
fact, rolling the ball along the ground was superseded sometime after 1760 when bowlers began to pitch the ball, and in response to that, the innovation, the straight bat replaced the old hockey stick style of bat. The Hambledon Club in Hampshire was the focal point of the game for about 30 years until the formation of MCC and the opening of Lord's Cricket Ground in 1787.
Oh,
So it was just like adaptation in a sense, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess.
Very interesting to know these facts. Also, do you guys know that cricket was introduced to North America via the English colonies as early as the 17th century, and in the 18th century it arrived in other parts of the globe. It was introduced to the West Indies by colonists and to India by British East India Company mariners. It arrived in Australia almost as soon as colonization began in 1780, and the sport reached New Zealand and South Africa in early years of the 19th century. This is how cricket came to other countries and now is perhaps the most famous and favorite sport for all.
Wow,
Okay,
that's actually
guys.
great to hear.
That's actually pretty nice. Times are ticking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
even I have to go.
Guys,
Yeah.
bye.
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 See you. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.